S63. Today it's Monday, 19th of September 2022. Alright? What's going on? What's the status with the S63? Last time I saw you that the charger condition was fine. It's okay. Regarding the transmission, first I tried to make the adaptation with the launch, with this, the classic one. Alright? It failed the adaptation and it was blinking the inside where it's choosing the parking or the D or the neutral or the reverse. It will start flashing inside. Alright, then I used the original diagnostic. I used S63 and then it's throwing me on DAS because of the model year of the car. Then I said okay, it was not correct, it stopped flashing, it passed adaptation, unsuccessful, but it was stopped flashing and I didn't have a fault. Then I called the electrician, he tried also with his tool, original tool, alright, it failed again, and then we try also with this tool. I don't know how you pronounce that. Hotel. Okay, with this one. Alright, after trying with 4 different tools, 2 original, 2 aftermarket, we said okay, screw it. Actually the electrician, he said let's change the DCU since we have one. We changed the DCU and we are waiting now the electrician to come back again to make the, not a coding, not learning, to put the data inside, because it need to be the VIN, need to be the mileage, they need to do that online. Alright, but this is a job for electrician, not for me. Alright, and we're gonna see how we're gonna end up. Then, that's the transmission, by the way, that's the door transmission that we open the TCU. Then, the old engine of the S63. What's missing here? It's missing the oil pan down. Why? Because we found an engine from an S63 Formatic and we had to swap the oil pickup tube, the frame that you see inside, and the oil pan down with the wiring harness. So this is the old engine. That's how it looks like. Alright. There is also the engine number on the engine. It's over there. Now I have to open the engine. It's not the time right now, but I have to open the engine. Fine. Need to open the engine to see what parts are healthy, what it failed, for me what it failed, but what parts are healthy, because I think that they can give discount to the customer. Except if he wants the engine. If he wants the engine, he can get it like that. But as far as I know, they told me to open the engine. So most probably they can give some discount if there are healthy the parts. Now, what healthy parts you're gonna find at 200,000 kilometers? I hope to be healthy the block, not the cylinders, the block I'm talking about. That means we're gonna be able either to sleeve it or to put to send it to Italy for a Nica seal. This is what they're doing inside the cylinders. Alright. I hope to be healthy the crankshaft, the cylinder heads, camshafts, and as far as I remember, timing chain and cam adjusters, it's for scrap. Has the old timing chain and the old cam adjusters and the old tensioners, so it's useless. All right, let's see why it's been seized first. I haven't seen that from down. The guys, they open for me the oil pan, so I haven't even seen it at all. It's just remove for me the parts. Fine. Yeah, the oil pump, it's still on. I don't care about the oil pump. 200,000 kilometer engine. The other engine, the other M57 there, what you see, it's from an E63 Formatic with 280,000 kilometers. You're gonna tell me, okay, why you are keeping these engines? Why? Because the engine block, it's good from the point that has so many heat cycles that how much will gonna be expanded, it's already been expanded. That means he went through how many heat cycles, and if you sleeve it or if you make this alusil treatment inside of the cylinder, Nica seal, sorry, not alusil, with these stupid things. If you fix this on the cylinder, it's gonna be much more steady. It's gonna be, it's different when it's brand new 0 kilometers, different when it has some heat cycles, the engine, and different to be like this. Alright, I prefer to have the block more kilometers, more heat cycles, than to be brand new, if you like, if it makes sense what I'm saying. So, start opening it. Just for your information, for the owner's information, actually, I have one empty table over there, another one empty table here and there, so you can see some parts here, there, all over the place. Later on we're gonna put in the boxes. That's it, that's the story. Let's start opening it. Whatever I'm gonna see, whatever problem I see, I'm gonna start again to make a video. I cannot keep the phone open because we're gonna overheat and then we're gonna give up at the end, or I'm not gonna have a battery. I hope that I make myself clear. It's not a transmission that you're opening in 10 minutes. Transmission, yes, in 10 minutes you're opening, but no, in an engine, no, it's not 10 minutes, a little bit more. And I have a limit, you know, you cannot record more than 20 minutes. It's overheating. So that's the story. Let's start and see with what we have to deal with. Alright, what do we have till now? What do we have till now? What I have noticed actually up to now, I see that they put the silicone here where is the water pump. I have mentioned 1,000,000 times. Do not put silicone, put a new gasket, everybody happy. Clean the surface will be fine. Sorry. Then some bolts, some studs are broken. I didn't even have to remove it because it was already out. That's a good one. Here you're gonna see the old water pump gasket, some other gaskets there, some things that usually I'm throwing in the garbage. Let us say like the cap, that this cap for example is burned. It's for garbage, alright? And the most plastic things on a 200,000 kilometer engine, alright? But in this case, here I have the fuel injectors and the high pressure pumps. In this case I'm not throwing anything. Why? Because this engine doesn't belong to the company, it doesn't belong to me, it belongs to the customer. And until I get a clear answer from the office that says, you know what, keep whatever you want, throw whatever you don't want, I have to keep everything. Alright? That's why you see that I'm keeping, also this stud is broken. You see that I didn't even touch it. I haven't, nothing, didn't touch a tool, this nut. You can see it was already broken. Fine. Then you see this pipe, let us say, for the heater core, that's leaking, this going to the garbage, direct. You don't even have to think to keep this shit. So, it, like I said, doesn't belong to me, does not belong to the company. That's why I'm keeping all these parts. It's not our property, it's customer's property, owner's property. So he'll gonna decide what he do with that. If he doesn't get, let us say, discount, or if we don't want the engine because it has a catastrophic failure, he might needs to get all of this, and all of them belong to him. Like, let us say you see crankshaft position sensor. I don't want it. I'm throwing the garbage. Here I have the coolant temperature sensor that always breaking. It doesn't come out in one piece. You have to replace it. But again, you're gonna see some parts, like let us say, when it comes the time to remove the piece on the connector nuts, I'm not gonna throw it down on the floor like what I'm doing usually. I'm gonna remove it carefully, gently. They don't deserve it, but anyhow. And I'm gonna place it on the table for the customer. Now, where am I now? Regarding the turbos. The turbos, if the compressor wheel, it didn't hit on the compressor wheel housing, and if all the blades are intact and they're fine and it's not been sandblasted, like the edge of this, alright? If it doesn't have a crack on the hot side, on the turbine housing, if the shaft of the wastegate, it doesn't play like crazy, alright, then it's worth it something, the turbo. Take a look at this one. Yeah, okay, it's all over the place. So, otherwise, if you see the compressor wheel that's gone, it's through the phone looks a little bit better. Okay, it's not the time now to check the turbos, by the way. So, if you have a problem with the compressor wheel, with the crack on the turbine housing, and it's playing the shaft, you throw it for scrap. Most probably the wastegate actuator will gonna be full of oil inside, probably. We're gonna see that later, not now. Alright, now it's the time to continue opening the engine. Like I said before, I never turn upside down the engine. Alright. Oh boy. Yep. Yeah, you have some. Yeah. Alright, fine. Looks like that nobody opened before the cylinder head. You can see the original silicone, call it as you like. Right? Yep. It has the line, correct? Yes, that's how it looks like. Fine. Same thing from inside, right? Yes. Yes. Nobody touched the cylinder head before. Nobody lift up the cylinder heads. Alright. Here we have a wet port. Here we have so much carbon. Okay. Let's move on. One second. Sorry. 157980. The rest it's for the owner. If you want to see his number, it's over there. Alright. Now, opening the camshaft actuators, cam adjuster actuators, the covers and the upper cover to see how it looks like the camshafts inside. And moving on step by step. Now, covers out. That's how it looks like, the covers. This guide, it fell off. As soon as I opened the cover, it just fell off. It's burned, it's for scrap. Also this one, obviously. Alright, they're fragile. Now, here where it's stepping the camshaft, I don't see any crazy scoring or something. That's a good one. Nice. Usually, if somebody opened the cover and then resealing again and then you see too much silicone here around, usually you see some scoring here where it steps the camshaft. Not in this case. Now, let's see how it looks like the camshaft. Bank 1. I don't see anything wrong. Fine. Nothing wrong here. Alright. The timing chain is wrong. The cam adjusters are wrong. Then see how much been deployed the tensioner. I have never seen so much out the tensioner. It's way too much, if you like. I haven't yet used to see so much deployed tensioner. Yep, also from this side. Keep in mind, I cannot spin the damper pulley. For some reason it's seized. Like I said, I haven't spun the engine upside down to see what's going on from down. I cannot verify if it's on timing or not. We're gonna see later. I have also that piece is from the guide. This piece over there, as you should be able to see it from here up. Yep, this from the guide over there. Let's see the bank 2. Alright. Lifters looks okay. Lobes, we have 2 scratches here on the lobe. It's not the ideal. Yeah, it's gonna work. Yep. This side looks okay. When I'm gonna take it out, we're gonna see that better. Alright, we're gonna have a clear view. Lifters oral are in place. Pooh. Alright, moving on. Continue. Let's take out the camshafts, hydraulic lifters, and take out the cylinder heads. Right? To see what's going on inside. How it's gonna look like. By the way, somebody mentioned that the TCU has a tune for the same car I'm talking about. I don't know about that. Honestly, I have no clue. I know that it's not passing the adaptation. I know that it's giving us some trouble. Like I said, we changed the TCU. We're gonna see. Today, I think. We're supposed to see on Saturday, but they didn't finish it yet. Most probably the electrician is gonna come back again today. So, honestly, I don't know if it's been tuned, the transmission, the TCU or not. Alright. Let's move on. Let's continue here. Cylinder heads out. Camshafts, cam adjusters out. See, I was suspecting what was the problem. When you see an old timing chain at 200,000 kilometers, you already know what's going on, alright? But you need to verify, you need to be 100% sure. Now, one thing that I want to mention, I don't remember the part number, if it's an old or the new one. Like I said before, how I'm recognizing that this is the old tensioners. The old tensioners, you can slide it out. It does have precise fit. The new one, you cannot take this out. The piston I'm talking about. Alright, fine. Finish with that. Then, cylinder heads are over there. As soon as I remove, like I said, the cam adjusters and the camshafts, and I saw that the timing chain, it can't do that. You know, you're supposed to don't be able to do 1 second, let me put it there, the guide, all right? So you're supposed to don't be able to bend that much the chain, all right? Not even a bicycle chain, you shouldn't be able to bend it that much. Fine. I have a tool inside. I can see how much been stretched, the timing chain, and I compare it with the blue one, let us say, with a new design. So what happened? I'm gonna tell you what happened. That's why I'm saying don't keep the old timing chain, put a new one, put the new tensioners, and put also the check valves. This engine has the old timing chain, the old cam adjusters, obviously, because the cam adjusters are not matching with the new timing chain, the gear I'm talking about, and it doesn't have the check valve. Fine. Now, this cylinder head looking good. I don't see any problem here. Alright, okay, I didn't make a leak test or something, I'm just saying what I have in front of me. Fine. Let's see this cylinder head. What do you see here? 2, 4, 6, 8, all 8 bent valves for the intake. You can see through the valves. Alright. Definitely there was a check engine, and definitely the owner, unfortunately, he was driving the car with the check engine light on. Now, if the cylinders are okay, yeah, the cylinders are not okay. One bend connector rod here on the number 1 cylinder. You see how near to the cylinder wall it's this piston, how much gap has there. Classic, like always. Same thing on the number 2. Number 3 looks more decent. Number 4 more decent. 1 and 2 connectors, they will gonna be bent. Cylinder wall scoring. Number 5 cylinder, it's tilted, alright? It's touching to the wall, it's not touching. Number 6, same story. 7, more decent. 8, more decent. You see the marks from the valves that they hit the pistons, alright? So, if let us say the cylinder wall was fine and the pistons was fine and the connector was fine, you can get away with that, let us say, by just changing cam adjusters, timing chain, tensioners, guides, and you're back in business. Alright? But, no. Now, making upside down the engine, taking it out, you'll be able even to see from down the connector that are going to be bent. Definitely. And most probably I'll be able now to spin the crankshaft, because I don't have the valves to be open and hit the pistons. Right? Let's move on. I'm curious to get a measurement from the timing chain. I'm gonna bring also these 4 connecting rods inside the engine room. I'm gonna pass it through the petrol just to remove the oil. The other 4, the rear one, the number 3, 4 and number 7 and 8, I don't care. I'm gonna put in a box. I'm gonna get inside the number 1, 2, 5 and 6 inside the engine room. Yeah, for checkup. The timing chain, like I said, let's make it upside down to see what's going on.